That should be fine. There we go. Live stream, got it. Perfectly fine. Ah, but I like this scout thing that we've got now as well. It's quite a good way of going about it, because it goes to show you get to actually just test your abilities in this kind of way, which is very good.
That helps you as well, because you do that anyway, don't you?
Yeah. So again, going through scouting in person, there's so much more different to scouting like over. Let's log in again. Just like instead of just scouting over like Zoom, or how you can do that as well. It's another way of doing it, but I quite like this. There's other ways of doing it, which is very fun as well. Something to here. But yeah, we are live. So everyone, thank you very much for joining us on our live stream today. We're both watching the Champions League, which is good fun, and there's lots to talk about going forward. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what we've got coming up as well. Let's get logged in. Luke, how are you doing today for our listeners?
Yeah, very well, thank you. All doing good. Halfway already, so live by, which is quite nice.
Your football knowledge is impeccable from what I remembered last time.
Yeah. There's always being tested, but in the match of the day annuals and match magazines, stuff like that. So
exactly. No, that's sick. That's okay. That's all right with me. But no, there's so much to kind of go through as well. Like today, we've got Napoli qualifying. We've got Club Bruges qualifying for the first time in ages as well, which is really good to see. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they kind of go. And like I'm watching the Barcelona versus Inter Milan game, and Inter Milan shocked Barcelona last week by winning. So I'm really looking forward to this game. What game were you watching again?
Watching the Rangers v Liverpool game. Apologies to any listeners or viewers. My iPad's this side of the screen, so I'll interact with the camera here and watch the game to keep you up to date. But no, I'm looking forward to seeing the atmosphere in this one, because obviously it's the first time they've played Rangers at for a very long time. I don't know the specific amount of years, but there's always been a hostile atmosphere for Scottish teams against English clubs. So very much looking forward to seeing this one and see if Rangers have an answer to their defeat against Liverpool in the reverse fixture. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be good to see, because Liverpool have been on a poor run of form recently as well. So then come back out and win it in this kind of game against Rangers in a hostile atmosphere. And we've got a lot of Rangers fans that follow us as well. So they've always been saying that, oh yeah, Rangers hopefully will surprise a team, and the team that can surprise is the team that's out of form, which is Liverpool, which would be really good to see.
Liverpool's form hasn't been great anyway this season, has it? So it might be the perfect time for Rangers. Or, you know, as the saying goes, sometimes it's not always good to play against a team in poor form because they have to bounce back. But
the funniest thing is, like, Liverpool, chance! Save by Onana. It's a slow start, but it looked like it could have been an elbow by a Inter Milan player. But no, literally, as you were saying, Liverpool versus Man City on the weekend as well. So if Liverpool lose this game, that could be even worse for them, which would be crazy. In terms of form, in terms of morale, the injuries they've had recently as well. Lots to kind of talk about, which would be crazy. All right, let's have a look here. What's your thoughts on Graham Potter so far this season? Obviously being a Chelsea fan, how's it worked out for you? Have you enjoyed watching Graham Potter?
I've enjoyed it. Yeah, it's been good to give him a chance.
Sorry, Lautaro Martinez was through on goal and he just hit the side netting. Good chance for Inter Milan. They're on a good run of form so far. Chelsea.
Yeah, it's good to see him implementing his style and his. He's not been afraid to mix his team around. Obviously, made quite a few changes yesterday against AC Milan, and also on the weekend as well. So it's pleasing to see that the players have obviously taken aboard what he's been talking about and sort of doing that training and taking it into games. Obviously, he's unbeaten so far as a Chelsea manager, but a lot of Chelsea fans might agree that there's bigger tests to come in the league. But obviously, getting a 2-0 win at the San Siro, any managers obviously really, a very good thing to have in it on his Chelsea CV already. So hopefully that continues, and we keep picking up points and putting pressure on the top two. So
definitely, because even with like you said before, a chance for Barcelona headed wide by PK. Even with with Liverpool faltering as well, it could mean that you could guarantee your place in the top 2, top 3 quite earlier on as well with this new vein of form that we've got under Thomas Tuchel as well. And remember on the group chat as well, I was quite shocked when Thomas Tuchel got sacked, and then it was just the both you and Sam, you were going on about how you weren't competing for a title for a good number of years now. So having someone like Thomas Tuchel not live up to that expectation goes to show you kind of need that better quality manager as well. So we'll kind of see how that goes over the next couple of days, hopefully. Couple of weeks, sorry, I should say, which will be good fun.
For any manager, there's always going to be expectation and pressure, but I think obviously him taking over a team that has underperformed probably for the standards of Chelsea, that he's got a bit of time to work with. He's got obviously a hefty squad to work with in terms of the expectation of the money that was spent. I think 250 million was spent. So, he's got a few things he can work on, but then if he needs to add in a bit of players of his own that he wants to bring in January, then he can. But it'd probably be a similar thing to Lampard, taking over a team, get half a year to sort of gel and then sort of go from there, really. But with any high-end job, there is going to be sort of an expectation for things to happen soon rather than later. So, no,
I agree. But Graham Potter was a manager that I really liked and I really admired as well. And I was lucky enough to go watch some of his Brighton teams as well. Ooh, Rafinha with a shot. Oh, over the bar. Good attempt, but Rafinha, I'm liking him at Barcelona so far. But Graham Potter's a manager who I've really liked and I've really enjoyed his team's playing. I really like how he's got this new kind of dynamic up front with Mount, Sterling, and Aubameyang especially as well. Like there were 2 players, I'd say, Aubameyang and Mount, trying to get back into this kind of new vein of form under the new manager, and they've done it perfectly as well. It's getting Mount creating all sorts of chances that we really like to see Mason Mount doing, and in the best time as well coming up to the World Cup. So that's really refreshing from my point of view as well, as a neutral.
It's 10 minutes gone here at Ibrox. Half chances for both sides. Sakala for Rangers having the best chance for them, and obviously a few sort of heavy, challenges early doors, just sort of setting the tone at the minute. But nothing really much to report on other than what you've had in your game. Nothing clear cut.
Just chances, isn't it? So they're just sparring, I would imagine. Yeah. Same with us over here as well. Oh, Busquets. Oh, I misplaced the pass. Never mind. But no, from the players that you're watching as well, with Liverpool and with Rangers as well, are there any kind of players that you thought, oh, attack, oh, good defending by Marcos Alonso, your boy. Okay, maybe it isn't. Mkhitaryan whipping the box. Oh, player slips. No, I was just going to say, from all the kind of players that you're watching today, who are you really looking forward to watching in this Liverpool versus Rangers game?
So, well, I didn't do my research in the lineup, but I was looking at what's starting. Obviously, Harvey Elliott.
It's cool. We don't need to do over research on here. We're cool over here.
You got Harvey Elliott having a start for Liverpool, so it'd be good to see him, getting a good amount of minutes under his belt for this game. Obviously, Joe Gomez is coming at right back for Trent, he's injured. So I know he's had his injury problems in the last few years, but yeah, say those two. Obviously, Nunez as well, starting, and Fabio Carvalho. So I'd say those 4 players would be sort of key ones to look out for, and interested to see how they get on. And I think Rangers, don't know, my knowledge of Scottish football was not amazing, but it looks like they've got their standard, one of their strongest team out. Ryan Kent playing against his former team. Bit of ball knowledge there for anyone who doesn't know that. But yeah, it'd be good battle with Ryan Kent up against Joe Gomez. Tavernier is obviously strong from set pieces, and one of their best goal assist ratio for a right back across all the leagues, really, which is a really good stat for a defender. So yeah, it should be a fiery game, hopefully, and obviously as a neutral, be very good to watch. So Liverpool through it. Nunez cleared by Rangers. I think I might have picked the wrong course at university. Should have.
Literally, there's so much to go through as well. But it's just like a module that we're doing as well. So for anyone listening, we're doing scouting at university, which is quite fun. So for me, I quite enjoy it. But I know with some people they find it a bit boring. But what's your initial thoughts on like literally just going through games and scouting it as opposed to like kind of enjoying it and relaxing it as a neutral, Luke?
I find it quite interesting. I mean, I've always played the Football Manager games, so that has an element of scouting in it anyway.
Indeed.
always trying to pick up gems and younger players to make your team better and to improve. And obviously, anyone who has played Football Manager out there, I don't know if you have, Hamza, but you see over the last 10 years, wonder kids that were in the game, 10 years ago, now they're playing for, big clubs in Europe. I can list off numerous players that I've picked up for a cheap fee and sold on for millions, and I see him playing for, Harvey Elliott's one. There's a lad who plays for PSV called Savio, who I picked up on the last Football Manager, and he's now playing in the Eredivisie. And I can many players. I'm not going to bore people to death, even though we've got the time to do it. But yeah, I find it interesting to sort of pick out certain stats that are relevant to finding these players, and obviously, and how relevant that is to real life, which Football Manager is one of the closest things to that for a scouting platform, which is why so many people use it nowadays for it.
On a level, I quite enjoy scouting, and I quite like it. Like you mentioned, Football Manager, that's like the OG scouting when you're kind of looking at it and you're kind of thinking, oh yeah, these players could do really well because of all the metrics that you're following in the game, which is really nice and quite enjoyable as well. So yeah, even when you were mentioning those kind of players, like one of my first kind of players that I looked at and I thought would be pretty good was like Darwin Núñez. So I thought Darwin Núñez would be pretty good as well. And then I actually became a football scout, I think 6 months later, which was quite cool. And then from there, I was like, okay, let me scout him properly. And he moved to Benfica and it worked really well. So to see him at Liverpool now, even though I'm a Man United fan, I'm just like, oh, wow, this is quite sick. This is really cool to see him in the Premier League after doing so well for Benfica as well.
It's like, I don't know if you know this, you might do. For me, it's found by Hoffenheim, Manager. That's how they bought him and scouted him, was using the actual metrics of the game. So, and obviously now playing here in another Champions League game for Liverpool. So,
yeah, no, that's fantastic to really see as well, because there's so much you can kind of go and kind of learn from as well. And Football Manager, we had a guest on, I think a year or so ago, from Football Manager, the Netherlands division as well. So he would be the head of scouting and recruitment for Football Manager in the Netherlands. So look at all the players in the first, second, third divisions, be learning all about them. Chance! Oh, Dzeko hit the bar! Go! Oh, what a miss! De Vrij miss! Oh my God. Ter Stegen fumbled it up, but it was good. Dzeko, man, what a miss! Oh, it could have been 1-0 to Inter Milan. Poor chance there. But yeah, literally, yeah. He was on the podcast and he was like, oh yeah, we make it as accurate as possible year in, year out with the way that we measure in the certain metrics that we do as well. The ball didn't cross the line. Basically, it came off the crossbar from Dzeko. It was like a corner on the right-hand side of the pitch. Crossed in. Dzeko hit the bar, but it bounced up and down like Frank Lampard's goal against Germany. But just like that one, it didn't stand because this one didn't actually cross the line. And Sergio Roberto just blasted over the bar as well. But I found that quite fascinating. And for you, now I know that you like Football Manager, I'll be like spending so much time with a new Football Manager with you as well. Just like, oh, have you seen this player? Have you seen this player? Have you seen this player? Because it's a lot more accurate than FIFA as well, by the way, I assure you, with the metrics that they have.
Arfield's in and goal for Rangers.
Yes, go on Rangers. Oh, this is sick.
Ball was fed through and Arfield's ran through, split the defence, and he slots it into the bottom corner. 1-0 Rangers.
You know that's their first goal this season in the Champions League.
I'll give more of an in-depth bit when it comes up with the replay again. I was too big
cool.
Manager there. Klopp's looking perplexed here.
I love it. I love to see Jurgen Klopp get angry. Angry German guy.
There we go, replay again. So it was a mistake by Carvalho. His ball fell into Kolak, sat into Arfield with the Liverpool's defence split. Van Dijk and Konaté was nowhere to be seen. First touch from Arfield was wonderful, and the ball's been slotted into the corner. Right into the corner. You know, imagine it from like Ashley Cole's penalty in the Champions League final. It's sort of in the corner of the net.
Brilliant finish that was.
Yeah, lovely goal. I think in the sort of how the game's gone so far, I think if either team had scored first, I think they would have deserved it. You know, sort of half chance for both sides. Nothing really clear cut, so sort of that pendulum swinging. So
momentum's gone Rangers' way. The fans must be buzzing after that as well, after all this time of literally not seeing a goal in the Champions League, and let's wait till match day 4, which is crazy.
So the camera actually itself is actually bouncing up and down, so that just shows the atmosphere from the Rangers fans in a minute.
You can eat. It's perfectly fine. That was just me.
That's fine.
I've got a cup of tea with me as well, so it's pretty good to see. Go on, Rafinha. Oh, good header away.
No. Stop the noise coming from my WhatsApp there. Just try and find a way to delete that. Okay.
Right, next question for you. Do you think Liverpool can actually fumble their way into the Europa League with their current form that they've got?
I think yes. That's me being a Chelsea fan and having family members as Liverpool fans. So,
oh, I love it. I love it. That's what we love to see.
I would like to see it happen, but I guarantee.
Lewandowski's through. Oh, tackle away. Oh, keeper's got it. Perfectly fine.
Be one of those where something will happen. It will click at Liverpool and they'll sort of turn it back around again. But obviously, it's happened with United the last couple of years where they've sort of dipped and dropped right down and then picked themselves back up at the tail end of the season. So, but I've always said with Liverpool, they've had to recruit and sort of keep, these players coming in to refresh it because of how they play and how demanding they are physically. They have to refresh it with younger players. If not, they're going to sort of burn out or players will get too old.
I've said that as well, because if you're expecting to play that over 3-4 seasons with the same players and not enough squad depth as well, it's going to affect your performance and your mentality as well, because they always talk about mentality monsters with Jurgen Klopp, but even with Trent Alexander-Arnold, we're seeing that with how burnt out he really is as a fullback. He can't get up and down the line as much as he used to. He doesn't run back to defend. He just jogs back, and that's been a big problem for him this season as well. End of last season as well, I would say, which was quite crazy to see.
Oh, half chance for Rangers. Ball got clipped over behind of Joe Gomez rather than looking across. He plays the ball back, and the Rangers striker was nearly there to clip it past Alisson. Got away with it there.
That's what we love to see. We love to see Rangers on the attack. All right, let's pop this onto here. Now there's a big kerfuffle here at the Nou Camp. Dembele's angry. He's walking away. Something's happened. He's really angry at someone. I don't know what happened there. I don't know. Let's look at the replay. I was showing Lewandowski getting tackled, but that's not it.
Liverpool breaking forward. Nunes on the right. Blocked.
It's nothing new there. They're just trying to hurt Lewandowski. I love it. Dembele fouled Skriniar, and it was a foul for Inter Milan, but Dembele was annoyed that Skriniar was fouling Lewandowski. There we go. Lewandowski hits it wide. Oh, man. All right, let's see what I've got over here. It should be good. Do you think Lewandowski is regretting his move from Bayern Munich, a team where he's guaranteed the league and potentially with the Champions League going forward, to somewhere like Barcelona, where he's lost a lot of his support system compared to what he used to have at Bayern Munich?
I don't think so. I think it's a move that he probably should have made and obviously did make. He's earned the right to do that. Obviously, his form at Bayern Munich was just disgusting with his goals to game. He's done all he can at Bayern Munich as well. And I don't know, did he win a Champions League? He didn't, did he?
He did. He won the lockdown one.
Sorry, yeah. So, in his eyes, he's done all he can. He's at 35, 36 and wants a new challenge. And obviously, he's scoring goals for fun for Barcelona. So, his support system around, I think, is just as good as it was at Bayern Munich. It's just adapting to how they play and obviously them adapting to him. Because he's got Rafinha, Ansu Fati, Pedri, De Jong, talented players in and around him that will give him chances. It's just whether or not they can achieve more than Atletico and Real Madrid around him in the league.
Atletico drew today as well. They drew to Club Brugge 0-0 at home. That could be it. Oh, Rafinha with the ball in, headed away.
Oh, goal equaliser.
You're watching a good game, you. I've got some 0-0 boring ones so far.
In swinging corner from Nunes. It's either Firmino or either Firmino on the near post or Tavernier own goal, but sort of a soft one to give away.
Good touch, Edin Dzeko.
Yeah, so crossing. Firmino found himself between Tavernier. Yeah, it's an easy goal, really.
1-1.
No real challenge.
Oh, Mkhitaryan! Oh, what a save! Good save, Ter Stegen. Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, definitely Firmino's goal.
Mm.
Yeah, they're sort of holding each other, but no jump or challenge from Tavernier. All Firmino had to do was sort of guide the ball in, and it's just gone past McGregor and goal. So yeah, 1-0.
1-0. Mkhitaryan just had I think it was a half volley just outside the box for Barcelona around, just on edge of the box on the corner of it, just volleyed it, and then Ter Stegen saved it. Probably the second best chance of the game so far after that Edin Dzeko one, which hit the bar. But I think like last week, because this was the game I was watching when they're in Italy as well, it's going to be a very close game and it's going to be a game of few chances. So
yeah,
I'm looking to see how this battle works out tactically as well, because you're seeing the likes of Edin Dzeko drop into like midfield just to cover the spaces available, which is crazy to see for him being 35, 36 as well. Again, another veteran striker. Dembele's on the run. Dembele shoots. Oh no. Good save. Oh, man.
Liverpool breaking forward. Firmino with the ball. Good challenge from Goldson. Nunes has stayed down here as well. Sorry if anyone watching this. Hamz's Wi-Fi is just gone. He's just resetting. He'll be back very shortly. So in this game, it's still 1-1 between Rangers and Liverpool as well. There he is.
Wi-Fi, man, the bane of my existence in this flat where I live. It's so bad. It's so annoying as well. Can you hear me properly again?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Cool. Sorry to everyone. We had some technical difficulties. For once, we actually had technical difficulties on a live stream, which is really annoying. But no, what did we miss?
I was still at that point. I did double check. So for me, it was just me and
We probably got our peak listeners at the time as well. They're like, oh yeah, Hamz is finally gone. We've got someone relevant who can talk about Liverpool, because with me and Liverpool, we just don't get on. We just don't like talking about them. Unless they're bad, which I can talk about them a lot. But no, what did we miss in the Inter Milan game? Onana spilled a shot and he nearly conceded a goal where he's now injured by Lewandowski, who slid into him as well, which is quite crazy to see. And then Dumfries had a chance on the counter-attack. It was like 3-on-1, and the goalkeeper saved it because your right back's hitting it straight at the keeper. So it was never the right play to kind of go for as well. Yeah. But no, that's all we've kind of missed really in the game so far. But Inter Milan are playing a very deep game as well. They're literally just passing it through to the centre backs and then just lumping it forward to the two strikers, which
that's typical Italian tactics, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Especially away from home.
It's working for them because they're getting past their lines, because they're playing against a team where they're all pressing from the front. So they're inviting the team up by playing out from the back. But instead of it, you've got like Bastoni on the left and Skriniar on the right, just long balling it to the strikers where they've got all the space in the world. But because Dzeko's a very slow guy and Lautaro Martinez isn't as quick as he used to be, in my opinion, you have no one really to get away from these defenders. PK and Eric Garcia are the centre-backs at the moment. So that's kind of what we're seeing. I've got a question for you now.
Go for it.
Romelu Lukaku, does he have a future under Graham Potter?
Sorry, that memories here with fish and chips.
I love it. We've got dinner.
Okay. Put that there for it. I'll answer the question first and dig into that afterwards.
Eat first if you need to. It's fine.
That's right.
Is it freshly caught, seeing as you live by the sea?
No, it might be.
That's so cool as well.
No, to answer your question, I'll say I think he does. But it's whether or not he wants it or Potter wants it. You know, does he fit into Potter's style of play? Now we've got Aubameyang. Because if you look at the goal we scored on Saturday against Wolves, no, sorry, even the one last night, started with Aubameyang into Mount, who laid it off straight away, and Aubameyang ran onto it, hit it first time. I don't see Lukaku doing that in a Chelsea shirt. So it might be one of those where we have to sort of cut our losses and sort of look to get rid of him, but it's whether or not we get the full amount of money back for him, really. It's the only issue.
Yeah, it's true.
Shame, because when he first joined Chelsea again, obviously last summer, everyone was sort of quite excited with it. Obviously, with his goal scoring record at Inter Milan, but it's never lived up to it over the whole course of the season. You know, first couple of months he was bang on form. Obviously, his goal against Arsenal, it was doing well, but obviously one reason or another it didn't sort of materialise. But you know, it probably works in our favour now. But yeah, still a long season away. He might still bag 30 goals for Inter Milan. You just don't know. And then everyone's sort of raving about him again, but yeah,
Because even when I was in Milan as well, it's like he's still a problem child for them because he's injured at the moment, which fair enough, he's been injured for like, I think a month now. And you've got Dzeko and you've got Correa and you've got Lautaro Martinez. But then you're just kind of thinking like, when he comes into the team, all their hard work that they've built playing with these players, they have to then adjust it to Lukaku's way of playing. And previously, when they had Antonio Conte as manager, he would be the focal point, the main man, and the reason that they were playing, kind of how he's doing with Harry Kane and Son and Richarlison to an extent at Spurs. But this new manager, Inzaghi, doesn't do it because he does it for the benefit of the team. And that's why they did so well last week against Barcelona. But you're kind of thinking, if Lukaku does leave Chelsea, would Inter Milan really want to buy him back? And would he really be the right player for them? That's another topic of conversation.
So I think for them, they've got obviously this year as a loan. See whether or not he fits that style of play. Because you've already alluded to with he's under different management in Milan compared to Conte.
Yeah.
If he doesn't work out, then someone else will. I think he's a player that will be in the market for. But it's just whether or not what cost will that be? Because obviously you look at City buying Haaland for like 50 million, and obviously his impact.
Nah, that's right. No worries. Have your dinner. I'll talk to the camera.
I might mute I might take my camera, but I'll still be here.
That's fine. Go for it.
So no one see me digging into fish and chips there, really. Although, I mean,
it'll be the latest trend on TikTok when you're seeing people eating their fish and chips. Oh, Rafinha! He hit it wide. Rafinha hit it wide.
Yeah, it'd be like Luke Perk's food review. Be a spin-off series, I think.
Who needs what's his face? Who needs who's the guy? What's his name? Uncle Roger. Who needs Uncle Roger when they've got Luke who can review fish and chips on the south coast of England? Perfect. But no, it's been a 0-0 game so far for Barcelona. Lots of chances though, but nothing really clear cut. So to any of and to our listeners or to our followers as well, what have you really enjoyed about Barcelona? Do comment below if you've actually enjoyed watching Barcelona. Currently, Bayern Munich are winning 4-0 away to Victor Plzen. So they're obviously qualifying from this group. Now it's basically this game is a showdown to who can actually be second place in this group, Inter Milan or Barcelona. And if it's Barcelona going to the Europa League again, I will be laughing all over the winter because this is just too funny after all the money they've spent, all the new players they've got in.
If they don't win it as well, if they do go into it.
Yeah, I think it would be very good if we saw them there, if we saw Juventus there as well. The options are there that they could actually have a better Europa League than most years. Rafinha has probably been the brightest spark for Barcelona, in my opinion, from what I've seen. Loves to cut inside as well. Are you glad you didn't get Rafinha, Luke, for Chelsea?
What, in comparison to Sterling or?
In comparison to Sterling, yeah. Oh, chance! Oh, goal kick. Lewandowski's frustrated, man. He's not getting the service he needs.
I think Sterling's one of those where he'll get you a chance out of nothing. And always a player that did so well for City. I'm glad he's with us now. But I still would have liked Rafinha at the time. But now we've got Sterling, I'm not so bothered. But to have it, if we were to get both, them two and Aubameyang would have been a deadly front three. Obviously, in Havertz as well, if you chuck him in there.
All I'm saying is, I'm just glad that you guys didn't get Richarlison because that would have been a downgrade on who you have as attackers.
Oh, no, absolutely, yeah. Obviously, he's not done well for Spurs just yet, other than a couple of goals in the Champions League.
Yeah, not really made the proper impact as needed so far. Dembele on the run again. Oh, deflected. Tackle. Save. Oh, Nana saved it.
Okay. £60 million striker.
Yeah, literally £60 million for a mediocre striker who's good at annoying opposition, but not good at really scoring and assisting consistently. He did it when he first came in the Premier League with Watford and his first season for Everton. And then under Carlo Ancelotti, he did really well. And then after that, he just kind of stumbled away, which weren't great. Because he shows he needs clear management from a strong character like Carlo Ancelotti. This is fun. This is a fun game. Rafinha again. Beat his man again. 1-on-1. Oh, Roberto, goal! It's a goal! Oh, Ousmane Dembele. Oh, 1-0 Barcelona. All from that Rafinha just chasing the ball, just as we were talking about him as well. Rafinha is the guy, man. This is a good signing here from Barcelona, but Dembele with the easiest of finishes. Let me describe the goal to everyone listening. Rafinha's at the corner flag, and you assume he would 1-on-1 the play, he'd take him on. But no, he makes a simple pass infield. Sergio Roberto's making an in run, basically. It's not an overlap, it's an underlay run. First time cross into the box, low cross. And who's there to tuck it in? Not Lewandowski, but Ousmane Dembele. Crossfield pass from Marcos Alonso was fantastic. And the commitment from Rafinha was fantastic as well. Here it is again on the replay. Passes it in. Roberto first time. Dembele there to tap it away with his left foot. Good goal. And I think Barcelona deserve that because they're the ones actually playing better football at the time and creating the better of the chances as well. So 1-0 Barcelona, which is good fun. Maybe they're not going to the Europa League after all, but
not yet anyway.
Not yet anyway. Xavi's ecstatic about it, but lots to go through in this game. But as we know, when Barcelona go 1-0 ahead at the Nou Camp, things tend to go their way quite a lot. They don't tend to give up the lead straight away or even give up the lead at all.
Just on the ball. The corner for Rangers. Rangers have sort of picked up the last sort of 5 minutes or so. And the crowd have now started to, match that in terms of their atmosphere.
They love a good European night in Rangers. Who do you reckon has a better atmosphere in Europe? Rangers or Celtic?
Ooh. What, in recent years or just in general?
Just in general.
I think maybe Rangers, I think. I mean, you think of one clear game for Celtic when they played Barcelona, they won 1-0. That sort of game. But I think just given off the recent success in Europe, obviously Rangers in their form in the Europa League. Oh, chance for Rangers. Good save there by Alisson. Just sort of Rangers' form in the last couple of years in Europe, obviously them get to the final last year. Obviously, watching some of those games and then how they turned it around at Ibrox. That sort of atmosphere can't really go unmatched. And obviously, Celtic this year just sort of, I think they've already been knocked out of the Champions League this year. I think they obviously losing to Leipzig last night. So
Rafinha with the ball in. Oh, wide. Rafinha's taking this game by the scruff of the neck. It's crazy. But yeah, you're right. They're already knocked out of the Champions League. Celtic are really annoying with their tickets as well because I tried to get a ticket for their game. So they just like, oh no, season ticket holders only. I'm like, okay, cool. And then when there was available spaces, you have to be a member. So I created a membership and they're like, no, you have to be a paid member. I'm oh my God. So I'm really not happy with Celtic this season because I wanted to go to the game yesterday against Leipzig. I thought it'd have been a fantastic game to go to and to really enjoy because it's still not too far from where I'm living. It would have been quite good, but
how far would it have been?
4-hour journey.
4 hours there, 4 hours back, or
yeah, 4 hours there, 4 hours back. It's the same from me to you, actually.
Oh, is it? Okay. Not too bad, is it?
Yeah, literally what happens when you live in the Midlands, you can go from one end of the country all the way to the edge of the country into another country in the United Kingdom. Quite cool. Wales is only an hour from me from here, which is not too bad.
Oh,
but no, it's been good to see Rangers and Celtic back in the Champions League. I think that's where they belong, in my opinion, because they normally have those amazing upsets, like you said as well, beating Barcelona 1-0 and sometimes having really good draws at home as well against big teams. But I think they're more or less out of the Champions League now because Real Madrid qualified and Leipzig have won a couple of games. So I think they're almost certain to qualify for the next round as well. It's nearly half time in my game as well. So
yeah, it's 2 minutes and I was Goldson's being forced off with injury, I think, in this one.
Goldson. Oh man, that means
Yeah, had a bit of a backwards chase to their own goal. I think Nunes has caught Goldson under his boot, or Goldson's boots caught Nunes on the bottom of his, and was clearing it. So obviously it's done enough to warrant injury and to be coming off. So yeah, Connor Goldson's coming off for Rangers.
and it's still 1-1 in the game as well, isn't it?
It's 1-1, yep.
That's mad. It's 1-0 in my game still, and Ter Stegen's just toying with the opposition so far, just waiting for them to come and chase him. I was throwing the ball out to Eric Garcia. Garcia? Yes, Garcia. Xavi ball at the new camp is fun to watch. Seeing how expansive they are with the pitch. Rafinha again. Rafinha again. Oh, chance. Good tackle. Get it away. Get it away. Stop playing out from the back. Just get it away, Hakan. That's it. Away it goes. Busquets able to tidy up as well and to dive on the floor. Just play on. We've got the ball. Play on, man. Oh. Sergio Busquets. Didn't touch him, ref. Luke, have you had the pleasure of going to any European games or any European stadiums?
Games wise, I've only seen a couple. Watched Chelsea versus Roma a few seasons back in that 3-3 draw, which was actually funny enough, Edin Dzeko masterclass in that game. I don't know if you remember the goal he scored where the ball got tipped over and he's volleyed it first time with his left foot into the corner.
Oh, volley, just as you said, Gavi just volleyed it, but it got blocked.
Yeah, I was in a sort of direct line of sight of that ball hitting the back of the net. So, and obviously just the atmosphere of the Roma fans in the stadium, out the stadium, was incredible.
How long were you there for?
Oh no, this was in London. Sorry.
Oh, in London. Okay, cool.
Yeah, at Stamford Bridge, sorry. But I have gone to obviously a few stadiums on tours and stuff like that. I've been to Nou Camp twice.
I've yet to been to Spain, like not even just for football, but like in general. I've never been to Spain. I think I'm the last British person in the country to actually not go to Spain.
Yeah, the amount of times people go on holidays to Spain and stuff like that.
I was like, how mad it is. Like my newborn niece from 1 year ago, she's only 1 year old. She's been to Spain. I've not been to Spain. She's mad. Crazy.
It's sort of an ambition of mine to go to a European club and watch a game, whether that's in Champions League or a league game. I know that's what you did as one of your recent videos, didn't you? You went to 3 different games, 3 different days, and 3 different competitions. So I know that's something we've spoken about doing.
We have indeed, and that could be a plan for the end of this season coming up as well. Because obviously with the World Cup, a lot of the fixtures are being delayed until the end of May as well. So it goes to show that there's a lot available for a lot of these tickets as well. And a lot of these tickets normally would be a lot more expensive, but they're quite cheap compared to that. And it's nice to see as well that a couple of our friends from uni have gone to different games abroad as well, going to watch like Milan or going to watch Chelsea respectively away, which is quite nice to see. So definitely there's the option available of going to a game and going to different places away. So much to learn and experience from different cultures of how they enjoy football. Gavi's through on, tackled from Skriniar, well done. Marcos Alonso clears the danger away. Yep, it's going up to half-time in my game. How's your game been so far in the first 45 minutes? What would you...
Very exciting game. A lot of the players, Rangers fans are playing up and trying to build the Rangers team itself and trying to match the atmosphere. Liverpool haven't sort of buckled under the pressure. They've sort of coped with it. Obviously got themselves back into the game when, going 1-0 down at Rangers. It could have been a lot worse, but yeah, it's been a sort of an even game. The scoreline, I think, is fair, and hopefully it's going to be an even more exciting second half as the whistle goes there for half time. So
I hope so too. It's gone half time in my game. It's now just half time, so we can have a little break with it, which would be good fun. Let's go into the Champions League goal show. Let's see what's they're saying there. Let's check up on the updates of the goals. Tottenham are winning 3-1 at home to Frankfurt. Damn it. Damn it, Spurs. Why did you have to? Oh, this is a game Spurs should have won last week away. There's so many chances, but they're winning now, which is crazy to see. It's half time for them. Bayern Munich winning 4-0 against Victor Pleasant. Sporting Lisbon are losing 2-0 to Marseille. Marseille are playing away. Bayern Leverkusen are losing 1-0 to Porto. So Leverkusen, like you alluded to earlier, they were a team that I got to fortunately watch when I was in Germany, which is quite nice. And then obviously the goals in the other games were 4-2 Napoli, which was incredible, and Atletico Madrid drew 0-0 with Club Brugge as well. So there's kind of a lot to talk about there as well. It should be good fun. It should be okay.
So I'll have to put my camera back on now, seeing as I'm not delving into the fish anymore.